As the detective told me back then, as well as Winifred Jones, the former landlady, and Rockland and Camden police officers back in 2018 told me the same thing. This is my husband, William Eugene Asher. And lo and behold, I told you, he's friends with Congress and works for the police and the politicians. And so I called Jeffrey Buril out. Well. Mr. Jeffrey Buril has been nominated to go with Jared to see Trump in Washington, D.C. Do you really think that's going to be a great idea after what you hear me tell him? Okay? Recorded conversation. Mind you, my husband married me under a false name in 1995. He left again after coming back to see Kiana, such and yada yada. He embezzled money from me, took money from my checking account, and away he went. Made his way over to Lancaster, married another woman named Brenda, and claimed he was the father of that kid. So he's been skating around the country, in and out of the country, marrying people, embezzling money, and doing a lot of corrupt bullshit. So noting that, I brought all this forward, and I continue to bring it forward. Just happened to be that the detective that was formerly on the case messaged me and said, hey, check this out. Okay, so I did. Jeffrey Buril is friends with and knows my husband, William Eugene Asher. William Eugene Asher was a speaker on behalf of DHHS trying to get a wage increase. And this conversation is going to prove all. Great concern, and noting that you've been nominated to go with Jared Golden to Trump, to the White House with him. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Congratulations to you, first of all. And I don't mean that in any misdemeanor. I actually come from the state of Maine. And what I'm calling you about today is the fact that I have lived in Maine. I reside in Maine, and I have been chased off my property in the state of Maine. And seemingly, as my private investigator relayed to me yesterday by mail, my husband has a link to you, and he happens to be the reason why I've been chased off my property. I've been burned out. My daughter went missing, and a lot of things are still happening today. My husband is William Eugene Asher. Now, back in 1995, William Asher married me under a false name. He was married to many other people. It was a solved case. It was on Unsolved Mysteries. It was nationwide. William Eugene Asher left me pregnant, and after that, he married another woman who had previously been married to a police officer. Throughout the years, he has skated around Penobscot County and throughout in and out of the states, and is now married to a male subject that he brought from Poland to the state of New Hampshire by immigration, married him, and he's been living under false identification all these years. Now, I've proven this case time and time again, and subsequently, every time I have filed paperwork with the courts, I have filed lawsuits, I have filed many requests for you, and everything gets denied. There are case hearings. There's a transcript hearing that went MIA at a probate court of my name change, and that was in 2019. It's noted in the paper, and there was a witness there to provide the fact that I was there for my name change, but they say it didn't happen. All relates back to my husband, William Eugene Asher. Now, I also filed with Social Security Administration and against them because of the fact that my husband, William Eugene Asher, was a speaker for Department of Health and Human Services on behalf of Auburn, Maine, and it relates back to your name, unfortunately, when he was living in Limerick and working at a group home called Spurwink, requesting an increase in wage. Now, all they have to do, and he's a fugitive from Rutland City, Vermont, under his real identity, William Eugene Asher, okay? He was wanted for probation revocation. So they put that out on him April 2020. And subsequently, coincidentally not at all, his picture, his mugshot disappeared. I fought for a month and a half for Rutland, Vermont and Brattleboro, Vermont to finally put his mugshot into the computer. And they won't release it, but I said, that's not fair either because he's a fugitive. He's done a lot of us wrong, bigamist. I've been chased out. I've been burned out. I was living in my uncle's mansion, the Trebor Inn in Guilford, when I was chased out by two deputies that approached me and told me to leave. And then I was requested to do an interrogation, which I did and passed with flying colors. The fact is, they tried to frame me for burning myself out. And that went null and void as well. I've been requesting that information. Mind you, I had all the information that relates back to the White House sex scandals because I am a survivor of the sex trafficking. So when I brought all that forward again in 2021, my daughter went missing from a hospital and was found 3.5 months later. She went missing from St. Mary's in Lewiston, and she ended up in Florida at Orlando Regional Medical Center, not even recognizable and verbally mute. When it was noted that we were coming back home and she was alive, I would be bringing my daughter home alive. They burnt me out and sent me a video of it, and that was in North Anson, Maine. My home that I purchased from my uncle, and it was confirmed by a deputy.
So anyways, what's your name?
My name is Kimberly.
Kimberly?
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly, how can I help you?
You can help me by starting to request some information. I see that you've got great credentials, and noting that he has some kind of business relation with you, that right there shows me the reason why the police haven't come through when they give me a case number is because they don't have to protect me, but they vow to protect the ones that are close to them in relation or otherwise. So that's why I'm not getting assistance, but I've been harassed, terrorized. It was reported to Christopher Ray 2 hours and 45 minutes on a conversation.
Where do you live now?
I live in Garland, Maine.
Garland, Maine, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, what's my connection to all this?
Your connection is you are in with the Democrats, so you are in with the politics, and noting that you are in with this and you relate to this, noting that you know my husband, I'm asking you to come forward and start relaying some information that you know about William Eugene Asher to York County and Somerset County, as well as Penobscot County, Stratford County, New Hampshire, and Rutland, Vermont.
All right. Well, I'm on my way to work right now, so I'll have to think on this, and I will talk with you at a later time and think about it, okay?
Well, you don't have to think about it. I requested you do something about it, and so noting that I have already filed lawsuits, you can verify that. You can look up all the lawsuits versus Federal Bureau of Investigation, the state of Maine, state of New Hampshire, state of Vermont, and it will be against you and Jared Golden too. And this call has been recorded and will be shared live to social media, and it will not be ignored. So I suggest you do the right thing and you bring your information forward about the bigamist and the fugitive that works for the police and the politicians. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye, dear.
Bye. So again, add that to the list, would you please? Because I'm not going to stop until I receive justice. But don't you find that to be interesting, people? That is a Democrat that's going to the White House from the state of Maine. He is a former corporal or colonel for the police department in Lewiston, and he's got all these credentials, and he's going to think about relaying the information that he knows about a fugitive. No, we're not playing that game. I don't play games. I owned games, and I ran game. So with that being said, y'all know what time it is. Justice or lawsuit. Then it will be justice for all. Thank you.